Greetings, fellow Americans. Welcome to Fireside Chat's State of Our Nation. I am your host, Susanna Tanner, candidate for Congress 2026 and President 2028. We have had a lot going on, haven't we? So let's talk about Donald Trump for a moment. He's continuing his assault on Iran. To this date, he still does not have approval from Congress. Donald Trump has entered us into a war without approval. He has stated that the war will end when he wants it to end. He continues to behave as if we, the people, want war, as if we want instability. I firmly believe that the people speaking out shows that we, the people, do not approve. He is damaging our systems. He refuses to abide by our Constitution. That being said, the No Kings protest is on March 28th. You can go to the No Kings website and sign up for a protest in your area. I'll post that link at the bottom of your screen. And it'll also be in the description of this video, regardless of what platform you're on. Now, we need to speak up. The more we speak up, the more likely we will make an impact. We need to make sure that members of Congress who currently support Donald Trump understand that if they don't do what they're supposed to do as members of Congress, then we will not allow them to remain in office. Currently, those who support Donald Trump are in violation of their oath to the Constitution, which is basically to ensure our rights and the function of our government, none of which is happening as long as they continue to allow him to commit atrocities in the name of the United States. I have heard about the school that was bombed in Iran. Regardless of what the intel is, you have to be careful about the targets that you are aiming for. If we are, targeting schools and such, then are we no better than Russia? The last time we had a protest, 7 million people across the United States and more from around the world joined, more from 16 other nations at least. Let's see how much we can make our voice heard this time. Let's see how loud we can get on March 28th. All right, now let's talk about the Climate Cleanup Initiative for a moment. We've been talking about we had talked about last week the the National Wildfire Resilience and Forest Ecosystem Management Initiative. But that's only part of the Climate Cleanup Initiative. Environmental policy has focused on slowing down the damage with carbon taxes and regulations. But this does not take the carbon out of the air. There's not a circular cycle here. The CCI performs a structural reset by shifting the mission to restoration. So we don't just stop new pollution, we aggressively remove the legacy pollution that already exists in our atmosphere, oceans, and soil. And the NWRFEMI is the first step. It works with our forests. Everything that is removed from the forests is used to replenish the earth some way or another. So it's helping to fertilize our environment as well as reduce the amount of fuel that is available for fires so they don't get out of control and are easily extinguishable. This in itself reduces the amount of pollution that's put into our atmosphere. And by replenishing the forests at a 2-to-1 ratio at least, we are creating an area of vegetation where more carbon can be pulled out of the atmosphere. More pollutants can be pulled out of the atmosphere. All by natural vegetation, providing natural vegetation to pull carbon out of the air. Go figure. So we're doing this twofold. On one end, we're reducing the amount of we're putting into the air, and we are creating a natural way for pollution to be removed from the air. This is a good thing. This will save us loads of money that we can spend on other things that we can use to improve our way of life. We are also going to be utilizing it in ocean recovery. We have got an immense amount of plastics and other pollutants in American and coastal waters, and needs to be removed. This is going to be a massive project, and it's going to eventually get our oceans to the point where they were, or pretty close to where they were pre-industrial era, before we began polluting at an accelerated rate. And this is a good thing too, because it will make our ocean wildlife healthier, which, for those of us who eat food out of the ocean, right, it will make us healthier too. This is including nuclear waste, by the way. We are going to begin removing any nuclear waste that we still have in the oceans, and reduce the amount of pollution from those that can be in the environment. We don't want to permanently damage the ecosystem, so it's essential that we utilize everything we have. We are going to be establishing a federally funded quotations blue wave task force, ocean related, to remove the micro and macro plastics and pollutants from American coastal waters. So there's going to be a task force. We're also going to create a tax incentive, tax credit incentive for industrial waste to resource companies. This is for those companies that develop circular technologies, economy technologies, turning captured pollutants into materials, fuels, agricultural supplements, things that replenish our earth, things that we can reuse. This also creates more of a profit for those industries, those businesses. This increases their revenue. It's in a lot of different areas that we need to tackle, not just our oceans. We can start with landfills. We have a lot of landfills, an incredible amount of plastic in them. There's no reason why we can't start there. The national education pillar of the National Integrity Initiative helps provide funding for curriculum, including national junior innovation grants. So these are like science fairs with a purpose. Students who develop unique logic-driven methods for cleaning the planet. Local water filters, waterway filters. So solar rejuvenation projects, like stuff that would be eligible for federal grants, and their ability to put the ideas into the local community. And this helps reduce pollution on a local scale. It's just one of many things, though. There's a lot of different things that can be developed, a lot of different innovations that can be developed from just these simple ideas. There's no perfect way, no singular way to reduce pollution, all around. We have to use multiple ways. And that's really the most perfect way to clean a planet. Use multiple ways. This maximizes the benefit of reducing pollution as well. Now, Lockbox 7 is the Environmental Infrastructure Lockbox. So this is the lockbox under the SAISA that funds the entire climate initiative. Now, rather than subsidizing decline, we reinvest in reclamation. So we are making everything work for us. And basically, it's a huge economic benefit. Cleaning the planet is a high growth sector that provides thousands of skilled labor roles for participants. And in the American Integrity and Services Act, or immigration reform that I propose, there's the fast track to citizenship. And so we can temporarily fill positions until Americans are available for those positions. We don't want to pollute. We want to pollute less. Definitely. We want to clean the planet. We are putting our kids' curiosity and veterans' discipline to work cleaning the air we breathe and the water we drink. And one of the ways we can do this is with recycling plastic back into crude oil. Oil is used in plastic, so there's no reason why we can't do that. Currently, there's incineration that is usually used to get rid of plastics, but that releases toxic chemicals into the air. So recycling it down to more reusable oil provides, more oil resources for burnable fuel that we can use in our cars, combustible engines. So there's this man on YouTube, and I'll put his link in the description of this video. He shows, and I've seen other people show as well, different ways to recycle plastic into other resources. Burnable fuel is definitely one. This is a fabulous way to recycle plastics because we use oil for so much, not just our gas. Fuel is in so many products. It's can be reused to make plastics as well. That's why it can be melted down into its unrefined forms, because it already has oil in it. But with a refined process, we can use it in many different avenues of our economy. By utilizing different ways of cleaning our nation, cleaning our soil, cleaning our atmosphere, doing our part, we become the number one country in the world with the least pollution output and the best technologies to reduce what's already in the air in our part. That is all I have for today. Thank you for your time, and may our path lead to peace and prosperity.